everybody. Welcome to our first episode.
What's happening, y'all? Hey, yo, we need a name for this podcast. I need to help us out. We getting desperate. What? What's the problem?
You say your name. You just say your name. You need help for the podcast. No. You just say your name.
The heck?
You say your name.
So I can say my name whenever I want. I don't get it.
No. You have to intro and say your name.
There's no format to this. We can do what we want. Ain't no book. There's no script.
I'm done.
How you done and we just getting started?
Let's try this again.
Okay.
Take two. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our very first episode.
A whole lot of gang
What?
I'm sorry. Your face is just hilarious.
Okay.
Just the drop. Take three.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our first episode.
What's up, family, friends, all listeners? Welcome to our first official episode of our brand new podcast. Me and my beautiful wife. Introduce yourself.
My name is Claushelle.
And I go by the name of K-Proetic, a.k.a. Sebastien. The only reason I did that backwards is because I've been pushing my stage name a lot because of all the certain moves I'm trying to make in my career right now. But whatever. Call me whatever. I don't really care.
All right, let's call you whatever.
I bet. You think you funny.
But for real, you guys, what is up? It's our first episode, honey.
Yep, let's get it popping. Let's hop on the podcast wave like everybody else doing.
Well, I mean, let's talk about why we wanted to do a podcast.
Tell them.
We wanted to do a podcast because it's something that we've been thinking about for a while.
Right.
We touched the surface on it even before you started working on other people's podcasts, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's kind of helpful because we talk a lot.
Yeah, for y'all that don't know, we beginning point of our relationship till now, we'll sit and have like 2-3 hour conversations about just anything, and that never changed throughout the whole course of our relationship and now marriage. So we'll just sit and talk for like hours. It could be about anything. It could be about music. It could be about pop culture. It could be about politics. It could be about spirituality. We get into it all, and then we just thinking to ourselves like, yo, let's record this and put this out there. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's just write these notes down, do something structured, and put our thoughts out there. So we just decided to hop on the podcast wave and get it going like that, and then share our story. You know what I'm saying? Our beginnings, and share our relationship and our now marriage with y'all.
Even though I'm very shy out of us two, I'm
shy too, but at the same time, we both are pretty reclusive, but at the same time,
very private.
But we could still put some important information out there. You know what I'm saying? I like to think that we a couple of people's goals out here. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true. Everybody's kind of saying that. Well, most of the people we know.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about like hashtag goals and you guys, I love you guys and stuff like that. And we also thought about maybe we can start a podcast to kind of just touch on our experience as a couple, since that's where the love is coming from for that, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think. But just for the people that don't know, for the people that just don't know our story, and people that really don't know about us or don't know about our journey, this is for y'all. We can give you all the scoop, give you all the, give you all the exclusives right here.
Yeah. Let's move right along. So, babe, how was your day?
Day was all right. Work was work. I mean, work was interesting. Somebody got let go, but whatever. I'm not about to get into that. But that was that. Cold day, 55 and raining. Hated it. Wasn't up for going to the gym. Made myself go anyway. Got like halfway through a workout. Wasn't feeling that good, so I'm just like, all right, let me just leave. I be hating that. I like to get my full joints in, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, that was my day. Ain't one of the best, but any day above ground is a good one. How was yours?
I like that saying. My day was okay. I think I'm gonna have a couple of okay days, but I'm grateful. God woke me up this morning. I saw it through, and I'm doing this podcast with you, the love of my life.
All right, highlight of my day.
Yeah, mine too. Are you excited? Are you excited about this? Are you nervous?
Excited about what? Oh, the podcast? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. I just see this as like, let's just do it. Like, I don't know. I ain't nervous about nothing about this either. Like, I'm, ready to get this going.
Only because this is natural. It's not anything different out of the norm because we're always speaking to each other. So I'm not nervous that much. I'm not even nervous, really, actually.
Nah, I'm not nervous. I feel like, in regards, the only thing that can make us feel like relatively nervous is it's just us being transparent. But me personally, I feel like, coming from the perspective of an artist, I feel like I'm naturally transparent, like in my music, or people will see that in my music, especially with this new album I have coming out, A Beautiful Dystopia. That's going to be like the most transparent.
Very nice plug.
Shameless plug,
Okay.
It's coming. But, you feel me? So, like, in regards to that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't nervous for being, transparent, none of that. So, I'm actually looking forward to getting this going. Let's get to talking. Let's get to chopping it up. To talk to the people. We'll share with the people.
Let's share with the people. People, feel free to send over your comments, suggestions, and all of that. We are here and open and ready to hear your thoughts. So,
facts.
Let's start with that. All right. So, this episode, since it's our very first episode, we're going to call it The Beginning. And again, like he said earlier, if you guys don't know too much about our journey, even the people that we're really, really close to don't really know a lot of details about our journeys except for a couple of folks. So we're going to actually start from the top. And let's start from my journey.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So, my journey, how it all began. Well, born and raised in Jersey.
Ghost town.
Ghost town, Irvington. And pretty much, I guess we can say that too. Irvington, New Jersey. And been in that area my whole entire life until I got married. So I actually want to start with my musical career. I pretty much got into music or any type of entertainment while I was a young girl. And my mom was pretty much a momager. From when I was 3 or something, she would literally hear me start singing or mumbling or just start making sounds in the crib. And so she basically saw the star in me and put me in certain things. So one story I can think about is when I had an audition as a young girl and I bombed the audition. And my mom was pissed, heated. She was just so mad because the audition judge was like, yeah, this is not for you or this is not for her. You might want to rethink her career and stuff like that.
How old were you?
3 years old.
She blacked on you for bombing an audition and you was 3?
She was, I'm saying, when I say momager, like so strict and rigid, and I was 3. I don't remember what I did. I think it was a commercial. And I was just so talented in the house and so vibrant and like literally a little star. And as soon as I got in front of these judges, I didn't do anything.
Oh, I see. She's probably she thinking like, all right, you got all this energy in the house pissing me off. I take a day off work. Bring you to an audition, and now you won't freeze up.
Had me dressed.
I'll probably be a little hot too.
Ready. And she was mad. She brought her cousin along. Not her cousin, I think cousin by marriage. And the cousin was like, yeah, what had happened? Like, this girl she just did not make the cut. So, ever since then, I think she kind of gave up. A couple of years later, then I started singing a little bit, doing a little bit more. And then she was like, okay, we're going to try this again now. and literally trained me on how to be a showstopper. So I would practice at home. She would have me performing from the family, sing, and all I ever sung was Whitney Houston songs and Celine Dion songs. So every single time I would perform for either a talent show, a church event, or even just family, those songs would be my go-to songs.
Rest in peace, Whitney.
Yeah.
Jersey girl.
That hurt a little bit, but I heard a lot of it actually.
Oh yeah, that's one of your idols.
Yeah, let's not go there. But that's what I was saying, and she just made me be the showstopper, and she put me in so many things. I was in pageants. I was in pageants locally, and I met a lot of people that I still know today. You guys know who you are. I was in pageants. I did church events. I did talent shows locally. I did a big pageant up in North Jersey, and my talent was always the singing. So after that, a couple of years went by. Then I got into writing around 11. I met a friend in junior high, and all she knew was music, and all she did was sing, and she knew that I had a voice. But so I had a hidden talent in school, but outside of school, everybody knew that I was singing. And it was very weird because up until college, I always felt like I had a hidden talent because none of my classmates or anybody in school really knew, except for like parts of high school, but I just always kept it in-house. I was so shy. I was super, super shy. And so we had formed a friendship, and she called me one day. She was like, Shelly, you need to let's just write a cover or let's write a remix. And ever since then, I never put the pen down. So then after that in high school, wrote songs and did a couple more things, and I met a producer. How did I meet this producer? All right, so if you guys can remember the Yellow Pages.
That's a 90s Google, y'all.
My mom made me go through the Yellow Pages and call every single producer in that book. We took meetings. I literally was going around Jersey trying to find somebody to record with, because she knew that I wrote songs, and she knew that I had, some songs to get out there. These songs I had no business writing or singing, but I wrote them, and she wanted me to record them. And so at one day in high school, I found somebody locally and met him, and I met a dope group who I still love on till this day. They're no longer together, but I still love on them. They know who they are. And I met him, and he put me with his nephew. So that's producer number 2. So I worked with the nephew a couple of years or a year or so, and we did a couple of dope songs, recorded, and I did a couple of shows, 2 shows actually. It was very short-lived. And after that, it kind of fell through because he wanted to start school, and it was kind of like my dreams were shattered. So I kind of gave up again. And then I hit college. Graduated from high school, hit college, had a year of college, and then I was like, okay, let me do one last shot of this. And then I hit up that first producer again, and then I just found myself working in the studio, writing for almost everybody in the studio. I feel like I was getting called up for everybody. I wrote and sang this song, and I did a demo of it, and everybody loved it, and it was super dope. I really loved that everybody loved it because I thought it was cool, but I wasn't. Again, I still had that shy bone in me, but I definitely flourished and became this more confident, type of artist where I was like, yo, this is good. And so I love that everybody loved it, and they were super, super excited, and I just started writing. And then I did a couple of demos and wrote for some more people, and then I met this young gentleman.
Who?
Would you like to step in here?
Oh, all right. But we got to get back to that young gentleman part. We got to find out who that is. But so my story, right? My musical journey started, I'll actually say like the late 90s, only because in 1997 specifically is when I first heard this peculiar, unique genre of music called hip hop. I remember the first rap video and song I ever heard and seen was Biggie's "Hypnotized." Like, I always knew Biggie, can't you see? I always knew that.
My mom, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
My mama loves that song.
Yeah, I love Mommy. She a G. She all that.
She loves, I'm saying loves that song.
That was the joint. Like, that song has always, like, it was that song, because first of all, I love the video. When Puff and Big was driving the car backwards, I thought that was the coolest thing. Like, I remember being 7 years old watching that. And Whitman Ave and East Orange. That song, I always remember Busta Rhymes' "Dangerous." I always remember LL Cool J "Lounging." That was always a song. I remember him performing that, like, on All That and stuff like that. That's another joint. Anyway, just songs like that. Like, those are the earliest, like, hip hop songs I remember. But I didn't really love it. I just thought it was kind of cool. But in regards to, like, my rap journey, in regards to me doing it myself, started in the summer of 2001. My cousin Corey just hit us up out of nowhere, like, yo, what's the name of our group? Out of nowhere. I mean, like, what you talking about? He's like, yo, man, we need to find this name of our group. Like, what's up? And me and my bro just being, like, naive and being like, all right, whatever. We just went along with it and just started coming up with a whole bunch of random stupid names and just started writing songs. Now, mind you, this is 2001. From 99 to 2001, I was very influenced by pop music. I used to listen to a lot of pop music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it.
You wouldn't say the groups?
I ain't dropping no groups. But just think of
one group.
Think of the cheesiest group you could think of. I probably had an album or two because my music was really regulated back then. My parents was listening to everything. Everything was going through, like, you know, parental advisory and all that stuff. So they was like, you listen to all this stuff, ain't no cursing in it. I took a liking to it. You know, so I was listening to that from the ages 9 to like 11. And by the time the end of 2001 hit, it started to slowly come to an end. And then rap made its way into my life, like in late 01. I remember, like, you know, when H to the Izzo dropped, when DMX, We Right Here dropped, and, you know, Bad Boy for Life dropped and all that stuff. Like,
but you don't want to see the pop songs. Okay.
Nah, I mentioned one. I used to be, there was a group called LFO back in the day. I used to love them. Yeah, I used to rock with them. But they rapped. It was like cheesy rap, but they did it. So they always had like this kind of hip hop element. There's still 2 LFO songs I like to this day. I ain't gonna stunt. Good music lasts the test of time, but not full groups. You know what I'm saying? But I'll straight up say that. But whatever, it is what it is. But yeah. So when hip hop actually took over, I gotta give credit to my cousin Dominique. She came out of crib one day, just threw on 106 in Park. Remember it clear as day. This was 2002, I believe. And Jen was battling this dude named Sky Zoo from Brooklyn. And Sky Zoo went first, did his thing, and then Jen went after, because Jen was a champion. He was like, what'd he say? I got fans across the country. Jen is who they feeling. Last time he had a fan, it was spinning on the ceiling. And I just never forgot that. I was like, oh, fan. Oh, you get it? Da-da-da-da. That was like my first real introduction to like a punchline. And my cousin was like, yo, y'all got to write verses like that. Like, forget all that corny stuff y'all doing. Y'all got to write, like, we need to hear, like, some punchlines. Like, we need to hear something hard. Like, we need to hear some similes, some metaphors, and all of that stuff. And she was teaching us, so you got to enunciate. They got to hear every word you're saying. So we started doing that, like heavy. Mm-hmm. I remember a few months prior, Lil Wayne had dropped this song called Shine. For some reason, I don't know why this song, I don't know if y'all remember that Lil Wayne song. From my head down to my shoes, shine. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know, whatever. Manny Fresh on the Hook and all that stuff. This is old Wayne, old Wayne. And I remember Wayne was like, what'd he say? Oh, look at this ice that I'm carrying. So much carrots, like I'm some kind of vegetarian. And I was like, oh, that was dope. Oh, I get cake like every day my birthday. And my cousin was like, yo, you got to write bars like that. You get it? Like cake like every day is birthday, carrots, vegetarian. I got to have stuff like that.
Back in the day.
Yeah, this is late 2001, y'all. So this is back when those rhymes are actually kind of like dope. You know, that's.
So you kind of had a manager too.
I mean, yeah, she was the one that was kind of, I won't say real manager, but she was the one that was really trying to make sure that we was putting our all into this, because she was able to recognize the talent in us that I don't think we saw in ourselves. So, and she was just telling us what her age group would want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was 4 years older than us. And she was like, yo, you know, if you want to appeal to, like, my friends, y'all got to write stuff like that. So we started writing bars like that. I remember I wrote this verse called Welcome to Jersey when I was 12, and that was my first attempt at writing a verse that was filled with punchlines. And I remember she used to call up her friends and on the phone. She'd just call them up from school and be like, her friends from school, I guess, or whatever, or from the neighborhood, I don't know. And she'd be like, yo, hold up, yo, my little cousins, they rap, they want to rap for you. And I'll get on the phone, say my verse like fast as hell. And they'd be like, oh, yo, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire. And I used to be gassed up because I'm like, oh, man, these dudes are like 16, 17. I'm like 12, 13. Yo, this is dope and all that.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was like my early introduction to that. I mean, so we started doing a lot of recordings, you know, when we was like 11 and 12, just doing like some demos and stuff like that. I just, you know, my uncle would just put on a random beat, just hit record, leave the room, and we just rap our little stupid raps. That's what we did. And so we was doing that, you know, I mean, we was one of those kids that was blessed to get studio time like for free because, you know, Uncle had a studio, but you know, they made us work for it. You know, they made it real hard for us. And but anyway, 2 years later, 2-3 years later, met cousin Carly K-Proetic, you know what I'm saying? Came up with Jersey's Finest. That was the name of our group from like, you know, 05 to like 08. Mm-hmm. Jay After the Death, who was always in pictures throwing J's up wearing like long white tees and long Carl Kanai polos with the white Air Forces and all that stuff. And we was just recording a whole bunch of songs that was supposed to be our demo. We had a song called Fire, Lyrical Punishment. We had a song called The Knockout, which was basically dissing a dude that thought Fire was whack. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Like, and this is like, you know, still early 2000 stuff and all that. And then, what's the name?
Corny behavior.
I mean, well, you know, at the time, it was everything to us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, moving along, we had 5 members in the group at the time. It changed to 4 in 2008. 2008, 2009, we had the newest member of the group, which is actually probably the most important member of the group now, who became like the central nervous system of real music. My little cousin Moses the Raver, who does all of our graphics, production, like design, anything, does a lot of the mixing, mastering, and all that, and the stuff that he just taught himself over time. Dude's a genius. So yeah, and we was going by the name REAL, which was actually from a KRS One UMTV Raps freestyle in 1995. And I was listening to it in the summer of 08. For some reason, I was listening to that freestyle all the time. And I remember KRS was like, true lyrics will always suffice, and real meaning rhymes equal actual life. And my cousin Dominique was like, yo, y'all should probably look into, maybe that should be our name or whatever. So we just went with it. And then from then on till now, we've been real. And yeah, man, you know, throughout, just real quick, like, yo, I was also real shy coming up. Like, I wasn't the type that was battling dudes in the lunchroom in high school, or I wasn't the type that was doing shows when I was like 14, 15, 16. I was incredibly shy. I was just writing verses every single day.
People didn't know that you had a talent either.
Some people did. Like my people at my church knew. A couple people in high school kind of knew, but they knew us for being more quiet. And then they didn't really know about like my skills as an artist. Mm-hmm. Probably not until like I would say like maybe like later in high school. You know, like towards like graduation, or maybe I don't know, maybe a little early. Maybe it was maybe a couple people, but you know, a lot of people ain't really they didn't know we had skills like that, because I was too shy. Like, I ain't put my skills on Front Street. I just wasn't that dude. We ain't do our first performance until we were 19, mm-hmm. which is actually relatively late in regards to when I started. I started right when I was 11. Mm-hmm. I ain't performed until 8 years later. You know what I'm saying? I still remember it was the Blue Mirror on Clinton Ave in Newark. It was a comedy show, and then we performed there, and that was our first joint, and we've been on the run ever since. But yeah, that's my musical journey. Oh, I didn't even talk about first of all, man, I already gave my name at the beginning, but I grew up in Roselle and East Orange, New Jersey. Those are my 2 hometowns. You're going to hear East Orange mainly come from my mouth because that's the city I really felt like made me the man I am today. Real Music, that's the group based out of East Orange, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? That's a city that ties into all 4 of us. Olive, K-Proetic, K-Proetic, Moses the Raven. That's the full story.
Rappers be like...
In a nutshell. Oh, chill, yo. I have to shout out the squad. Years go by, and my cousin Albert gets a studio, right? Toast and Butters, South Orange, New Jersey. We start recording there. My cousin K-Proetic started engineering his sessions there. And this is the summer of 08. K-Proetic's engineering sessions and all that. My cousin, our brother, was like, yo, man, I got a new artist. Like, I'm starting to work with a new artist. And I was like, all right, that's what's up. And he said, yeah, man, named Claushelle. I'm like, all right. So K-Proetic was engineering her sessions. You know, it used to be her and her mom in there with K-Proetic.
My momager.
Your momager. And, you know, y'all doing y'all music or whatever. And I used to hit Carly, you know, all the time, be like, yo, as soon as Claushelle leaves, let us know, so we'll go over there. So that's how it went. Every time she had a session, after she was done, then we'll slide in there. So that's kind of how that went. Our paths never crossed. We never crossed paths. Not once. Mm-mm. Not once. So Toast and Butter, he lets that go. We start recording back at DML more often. Now, at the time, she's starting to go back to DML. And so that's when our paths finally crossed. And this was the summer of 08 when she was recording at Toast and Butters, and I was, you know, hitting Carly to let me know if she left or not, when all that stuff. That was 08. 2 years later in 2010, that's when we was, just recording at DML like we normally do and all that. And then, you know, she was there writing for everybody and all that stuff. She's recording demos over there and everything. And then that's when our paths finally crossed. I pulled up one day. I think I was leaving like a summer class or whatever. I just pulled up to the studio like I normally do, like I always did. I used to go to the studio just to chill. You know, I just like being in that environment, or I'll just try to, you know, sometimes if I pop up randomly out of nowhere, I could possibly get a session in if I stay late enough. Because the only time we was getting sessions at the time, we had to stay late. You know, all the business had to be done, and then everybody leave, and then we start recording. That's how it was for a while for us. Mm-hmm. But one day I go there, and I always knew of Claushelle. At least I knew of her for 2 years, but I never met her. And then she was in the back room with 2 other artists. I remember the 2 other artists walked by, and she was the last to walk by. I remember she gave me like this little wave. I don't know if she remembers, but I don't know if you remember. She gave me a little wave, and I gave you a little wave.
You
like
sure?
Remember, because I'm saying how to. I knew who those. I knew who the other 2 girls were. Okay. So I'm saying what's up to them, but I ain't want to be rude. I'm like, I see another person. I said,
so you waved to me.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, you waved back. Like,
I don't know, but we gonna leave it.
I'll never forget it. And I asked somebody in the room. I was like, yo, is that Claushelle? And someone said, yeah, and I was like, oh, well, she look good. Like, all right, cool. I think it was probably a few days or weeks later. She in the studio again. I'm in the studio again.
You want to talk about the introduction?
Yeah, I walked up and I was like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, Claushelle? How you doing and all that? You know, man, I'm a fan of your music. Da da da. Like, I'm approached on some fan type stuff just because, like, I remember one of the producers she was working with used to play a lot of her songs, and one day he just played like I swear like at least 7 or 8 of them, and they was all fire to me. And I was like, yo, these songs are crazy, and I was like, yo, this is somebody I got to work with. Da da da. So when I walked up to her, that was like that's the first thing I was talking about. Now, mind you, I'm not just rambling because I like the music. For some reason, I thought she knew of me too.
Nope.
Only because that summer she was working with both my cousins. Like one cousin was engineering, the other cousin was producing, and I was with them every day. Like, I mean, I was with K-Proetic all the time. Like, I lived with him that summer. Actually, now that I think about it.
Nope.
And now I was around my other cousin all the time, so I was like, yo, like, I'm sure she's heard of us, heard of Real. She had to.
Absolutely not.
But it's funny because she's saying that K-Proetic they never spoke, and
That's
the funny
true.
thing is, like, I only know that nigga for running his mouth all the time. What? So I'm thinking he probably at least said something about us. I don't know. I was approaching it like you knew us.
Very, very silent. In any of my sessions, I would actually have to pull teeth to get him to give me an opinion.
That's crazy.
So he was very silent. So he had never talked about you guys. He had never even mentioned that he was in a group. That's how unknown you were. So when you approached me,
I approached her real comfortable.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm like, yo, what's up? Da, da, da.
Blah blah. And I'm like,
she was like, excuse me, nigga. Who? Okay, all right, nice to meet you, but security.
I was not like that.
Nah, but for real, it was just like oh yeah, and by the way, I ain't even introduced myself. I ain't even give my name.
No, you did not.
And I didn't even think to do that.
I left that conversation saying he didn't say his name. That's how confident he thought he was.
I guess I was. I guess I showed up like, yo, it's me.
It's me. Like, no, I don't know you.
Yeah, that was a little wild to think, but I don't know why my mind was there, but it is what it is.
You came in and you're just like, yeah, I'm a fan. I heard about you. You know, I've been following you. I've heard, you know, you work with my cousins and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then you're like, nice to meet you. And then awkward silence. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, all right, cool. See you later. No name.
That's not the way to do it, fellas, by the way. Don't learn from me.
And I'm like, he didn't say his name. He know my name.
I don't know why. I definitely do hers.
So
anyway, I don't even remember how our formal introduction went after that.
Oh, I can kind of vaguely remember. You know, I don't remember everything. I really have a hard time remembering stuff. That. But I think we were all together, you, your brother, and myself.
Okay.
And we were listening to some songs. Maybe it was something that I wrote already. And I don't know. Your uncle was like, yeah, these are my nephews. Mm. And
yo, for the record,
your birthday had just passed.
Oh yeah. It was around that time.
Do you remember?
It was around that time.
And I was like,
you're right.
Happy belated. When's your birthday?
Yeah.
You said your birthday, and then I don't know. Then you got into saying, you know, your names, and I had a hard time saying your brothers. Everybody has a hard time saying your brothers.
Everybody's calling Old Dog. Shout out to Old Dog.
But that's how we got into actual formal introductions, because your uncle had to kind of, you know, open the door for y'all. In a way,
I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I forgot all about that.
Your birthday had just passed. That's why I remember.
Right. Yeah, it was around that time. I remember it was like late summer, 2010,
like,
around that time. Yeah.
Feeling all good and stuff.
Feeling good. But around that time, it was more like I just knew that, yo, she looked good. I still remember the exact moment when I started to feel it. And it was during a session that we did for this woman named Jackie, right?
Oh boy, the infamous session.
Yeah, so I pulled up to the studio one day, and I walk in, and I see Shelly there, and I see Jackie, and they waiting to get in the studio. My uncle's supposed to engineer it. Now, my uncle being my uncle, he just dips, and you don't know when he'll come back. But as he was leaving, he was preparing to dip. But as he was leaving, I remember you was like, "Yo, who's gonna do the session?" And he was like, "Oh, we got Neff." Talking about me, and I'm just like, "Well, I ain't coming to engineer nothing." But I'm like, "All right, I'll step in and help out." And that day, I remember you had on like this cardigan on, you had like some shorts.
Oh man,
summertime fly. You feel me? I remember school was just starting up, but you still, summertime fly, September and everything, it's still warm and all that. And I was like, "Oh, looking good today." Like, all right. Getting in my looks, you feel me?
Oh Lord,
I'm gonna keep it tasteful. But yeah, so she, coaching Jackie through it, doing a session, whatever, and that's when I realized that I liked working with her. She's hard in the studio, man. She's Dr. Dre style. She will have you say a line 45 times. If it's not to her liking, if she don't feel like it's the best that you can give, she will have you repeat that.
Man. So that's where my mother's tactics come in.
Oh yeah.
I make sure I'm just a perfectionist that way. So we're gonna have to, if we're gonna get it right, we're gonna get it right. Yeah,
like, and you don't even know, like, you'll be recording, like, fast forward a little bit. We did a song. I remember we redid Justin Timberlake's joint. What's the joint? Suit and Tie. She redid it called Hills on High, and I did the J verse. I did my verse in there, and then she had me. I swear I did my verse at least like 30 times because like I'll just say one line and she'll just stop it again. Won't even tell me what's wrong. Just say again.
It just didn't feel right.
I'm like, all right, damn, I don't even know that. You didn't even say nothing.
It didn't feel right. I mean, every time something doesn't feel right to me, and I do this to myself too when I'm recording, like if it doesn't feel right, we're doing this again. And I don't care how many times we do it.
I mean, that's the mentality you should have.
Ad-lib or a background vocal, like I will do it 1,000,000,000,000 times. But
I feel you. I mean, that's the way you should be.
I've minimized that. I've gotten way better at doing that.
I mean, but at the end of the day, like that's how you deliver the best product. But anyway, so wind back to Jackie's session. So we doing that session or whatever, and towards the end of it, we listening to the playback, and Jackie's like out of nowhere. Like we both at the board, and Jackie like sitting on the couch behind us. And Jackie was like,
"We're listening to the playback, right?"
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jackie was like, "You know what? You two just look great together." Out of nowhere, just loud as sound. We both just did the turn back, like, word.
I was so.
And I was like, yeah, where'd that come from?
Embarrassed.
And she kept going. I forgot what else she was saying, but she was like, yeah, y'all definitely look good together. She started, going deeper and all that. But
we didn't even know each other.
No, we didn't. But secretly, I was actually kind of feeling it. I was like, hey, Jackie, I was like, you're damn right we look good together. If you're gonna make something happen, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you had plans.
But on the outside, I was like, yeah, man, shit, I don't know where that came from. She was kind of wild, and yeah, I was trying to make it seem like I was on the same page as you.
It just seemed as though that she said it in a way where I had talked to her about it before, and she just kind of just told my secrets. It was like she just said it as if like she was trying to connect it. You know what I mean? And like we had a conversation because we had worked together for a little while. So it just seemed like, girl, I'm going to just, make it work to your favor. And it's just like, oh my God, I don't even know this man. And I don't know you that well for you to just be saying that, It was just so weird to me. It was very awkward. This random man I don't know, he's engineering the session, and now you want to make a love connection. Like, where they do that at? Like,
shout out to Jackie, you're prophetic.
I just didn't understand the whole situation, so I was very embarrassed.
She should have got a wedding invite, but
that's not my fault.
Be costing a lot of money.
That's Monsieur Francois' fault, but okay. Moving on.
A lot of money. But yeah, but I remember that session being like one of the first times I started like really like being around her, like working with her, and I'm realizing how visually appealing she is and all that.
Aw.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like,
I ain't paying you no mind.
Hell no.
Dust.
Nah, ain't not. Well, damn, I don't gotta be dust.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Like, damn, just say you ain't paying attention. I don't gotta be all that.
You were dust, sweetheart.
Right, so
I'm sorry. No, I wasn't paying you anything.
No, I know. I saw good. You was focused.
You were
and the funny thing is,
though.
you were real focused. And that was actually one of the things that I respected about you, because
professional person. I can't be any other way.
I like how you was. It was a stark difference with you and other women I used to see around there, because their behavior would be, whatever. But you came there strictly to work. You was focused. You was in your corner, just doing your thing. And to me, that was attractive. I was like, yo, right now, she's the one that sticks out. Like, she's the question mark. And you was just better. That was another thing. But I didn't get into all that. I kept that in my mind. But I just liked how you was like, you showed up there, you did your pen work, did your singing. You was away from all of the, like, I'm not going to say drama. No, not no drama. I mean, just away from all of the, like, fun and all of the, like, the socializing, so to speak. You just came there really to work. And I was like, yo, I respect that. Like, this is honestly the type of, the vibe that we all should be on. We all should be on that type of time right now. But you stuck out that way. And, I mean, to be honest with you, and you was producing, like, great things. So, it made sense.
You.
So that right there, all of that attracted me to you. So I was like, yo, I gotta find out more about this girl. Like, yo, what's her deal? Like, what I'm saying? Let's start digging. Let's start digging deep and see where we go with this. I was intrigued, definitely intrigued. Definitely.
So then what led you to get into the next step with my number?
Oh yeah, so this is how that happened. This is how I bagged it.
You didn't bag me.
I bagged you, definitely bagged you.
Oh boy.
Definitely bagged you.
You didn't bag.
That was a bagging.
All right, let's just tell a story.
If you want to find a different word for it, feel free, but I definitely bagged you.
I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead.
All right, so Chris Brown had just dropped Deuces, and the song was dope, and she wanted to redo it, and she wanted to throw me and my brother on it. We was like, all right, bet, let's do it. I'm down. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, let me get your number. Talk about the track some more, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And you was like, I think I still got the, I still remember the message I said. I think it was on Facebook.
Hit me up.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, hit me up, Claushelle. Yo,
whatever,
hit me up. Hit me up or whatever. Yeah, hit me up sometime.
Or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like hit me up or whatever, blah, blah. Or maybe I don't know if I asked for yours. I just gave you mine. Something like that. But after that, I had yours. And then
I think you asked me for mine. But you asked me for mine so that we could talk about the song.
Right.
That's why I don't feel like it was a bag.
It was definitely a bag.
No, it was it was not a bag because...
Please elaborate.
Because you made it... Maybe it was a bag to you because you had intentions and your ulterior motives were different than what you initially presented.
Right.
So I don't feel like you bagged me. I feel like this was a business, connection, and you wanted to do the song, and hey, let's connect so that we can get this in order.
Fair enough. I bagged you. We're gonna keep it all the way tall.
All right.
Because
whatever.
I knew I definitely knew what my intentions were. Like my intentions were definitely to do the song.
Yeah.
Make the song dope. But I knew that. But after the song was done, I was nowhere near done. I knew I was trying to start something.
You had plans.
Yeah. So, in regards to what has transpired, I definitely bagged you.
Okay. Whatever. Anyway.
It wasn't like at a bar or a club where I just walk up and like, let me get your number, blah blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was through the art, this beautiful thing called music. You feel me?
Okay.
And that's how I did that.
And I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, let me get that, yo.
Okay.
Let me get that.
You'll take it all away.
Facts. Let me get all that.
I
literally texted you every day since.
Every day since.
Every single day since. Just trying to get to know you. Yo, good morning. You know the good morning text, fellas. I was hitting them with the good morning, beautiful, all that stuff.
Good morning, beautiful.
Yeah, I had to start throwing some what's the name? Some
terms of endearment.
Terms of endearment.
And
you know what I'm saying? Throwing
the
them
good
in
night,
there.
beautiful.
Yeah, good night and all that. I had to throw that in there. You know what I'm saying? Like just to let you know that you on my mind. You on my mind. So I'm gonna keep this going. I'm gonna be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Stay on top of it because I knew what my goal was.
Yeah.
I knew what my goal was. My goal was to get for us to form this kind of bond. Like just grow with her. Like establish a relationship. Get somewhere. I was really trying to do that, and I did it. I was trying to do it like the most traditional way possible. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think I actually respect. Not to toot my own horn here, but I respect the way I approached it. Okay. Because I feel like if I would have done it any other way, there would have been a different outcome.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect how we decided to move at that time with us being young, you being 19, me being 20. I felt like we took the whole relationship thing very seriously, and we moved with it pretty maturely. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were very mature with how we decided to move with just being in a relationship and everything. And
you want to talk about how you charmed me?
You gotta talk about that.
How you charmed me? I don't remember. You remember all the stories. I mean, I remember. You
remember being charmed.
You charmed
you know
me,
what that feels like.
Saying some sweet nothings, and then I don't
sweet
remember.
Nothings.
You just basically said something, and I was like, I could see that happen.
Oh yeah. What I say? I said
Remember
what I
when
say?
you said that you stayed on the couch for hours and you were trying to?
I'm not gonna lie. Old dog said that in the wedding speech. I don't. The nigga, he really said I was sitting there nervous. Nah, I mean, but that was later. That was
all the time though.
Yeah. But like in regards to like sitting there hours to tell you my feelings, I don't remember it being hours. I remember thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I think he sprinkled a little bit of sauce on that.
Spiced it up.
But he wasn't, he's not lying.
Okay.
Really. Because like, I remember I did have me a little moment before I tell you, because you could have just been like, well, nah, nigga, I'm not into this right now. And that would have been like, damn, bro, that could hurt. But anyway, I remember telling you that, I forgot what I said. But you were basically, but you responded with, oh, so basically you're interested. And I was like, yeah. And you was like, oh, okay. And you was like, oh, I could see that happening or something like that.
Yeah, I was feeding into it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was me asking you out or something like that.
No, you were trying to say. Anyways, it's been a while. You were trying to say, take it a step further. You know, we had done the song, we already recorded it, we've had several conversations now for weeks. You know, now you're trying to take it a step further. Let's I don't know if you asked me out, but let's hang out sometime. I think that's what you said. Let's hang out.
Okay, let's hang out. Okay. I think I vaguely remember something like that.
Yeah.
But when you gave me that response, I was like, okay, so you're open to that. Okay, cool. So
you're clicking your heels,
that's
jumping for joy.
I don't know about all that. I was like, I bet, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the doors open a crack.
The door was cracking.
And I know how to kick it open, but let me just, you feel me? All I need is it to be.
You definitely did now that we're married.
I mean, well, yeah. I ain't no door there now. I ripped it off the hinges. But I'm saying at the time, like, as long as I knew that it was unlocked, I knew I could just make my way in.
That's in the songs of Solomon.
What?
You know, like, basically when God was just saying to the person, you know, it was romance, and, like, open the door, let me in. So you kind of said something like that referenced that.
Over here quoting scripture, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I'm nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once I knew that she was like cool with it, I was like, I ain't bet. So let me just continue to talk with her every day, continue to build with her, all that stuff. And then we went out for the first time in November.
Okay.
November 11th, never forget it. Saw for Color Girls and went to Applebee's. First date.
That was the first date.
That was it, right there. Cold as hell. I remember it was cold that day.
That was the first date.
First date, yeah. I remember that. Watched for Color Girls. She was, I don't know, she was jumping at certain scenes and all that. I don't see it as a scary movie, but I don't know, she was still getting scared in there.
Can you not? I get really jumpy sometimes, okay? Like, especially in a theater where there's surround sound and there's a lot going on. Okay,
Tyler Perry ain't scaring nobody.
Let's not even, come on.
Well, it's all good. After that.
So I ended up jumping in your arms. Did you want to say that?
Well, you jumped, like you did like a sideways kind of jump. And then I just put my arm over you like, yo, it's going to be okay.
That's pretty much what happened.
And I was like, yeah, it's all good.
Actually, it was a good date.
It was good.
Although it was very, what is it, typical? Dinner and a movie?
Yeah, but I mean,
it was very good.
I thought it was fine. I mean, we young, 2019. I'm like, man, dinner movie is cool. My main thing was like, yo, I just gotta make sure I pay for it.
2010, you mean?
What'd I say?
2019.
I'm bugging. 2010, definitely.
Around this time, actually. Yeah, almost this time around. Around
this time 9 years ago, yeah.
And we did the dinner and the movie, but dinner was actually very nice.
Yeah, we just chopped it up, man. I basically told her a lot about myself. She told me a lot about herself.
Yep.
I told her about my whole like false arrest situation.
And we had so much in common.
Yeah. We had a lot in common. Definitely had a lot in common.
That false arrest situation.
Yeah, we spoke about that. I was that was our first date, 2010. That false arrest happened only a year prior.
Okay.
So it was still like, and we had just beat the case in May. So it was still like fresh, like in my head. And for some reason, I mean, I just saw us going farther. I just had a belief that we were about to. This was the start of something dope, and I just felt like we were going to be in this for the long haul. So I was like, let me tell you about this now.
Front Street, yeah.
I was like, let me tell you about this now, this thing that happened to me, just in case. So when you see any kind of behavior from me that you feel is, you know, pretty odd in regards to me with, you know, law enforcement or any, even just authority, period, like, you just know that this is why. So I told her the whole thing. And to be honest with you, I was a little nervous because I thought that she'll feel weird with being out with somebody that's just been in a jail cell. The only reason I felt that way is because of the vibe that she gave me was like this cute, prissy kind of vibe, like, you know, like the whole.
Everybody feels that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe she kind of gave me. And granted, like, I've never been like in the streets and nothing like that. But just being with somebody, like, you know, they got dreads, I'm a rapper, and I've been in a jail cell before, even though it was a false arrest. Like, I'm in those three stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking to myself,
So I was a goody two shoes.
That's what I thought.
You were the street life kid.
Even though I'm like nowhere near
Nowhere
that,
near.
but I thought that she might see that a little bit just because of those three things.
Because of your appearance.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, just because of my like appearance, and then telling you about that whole situation. I didn't know how that was gonna affect us moving forward, but I mean, but it really didn't. Thank God.
It actually was it was wonderful. That's why I said dinner was beautiful, because you put all of that on Front Street. It wasn't all surface. It was just pretty much, you just gave me the real, and I just fell right in because I believed you. I'm very good with character. I'm very good as a judge of character, and I just always was prepared for guys just being players, liars, just always giving me bull crap, and I just saw that all the time. But when I had dinner with you, it was just like, it was organic, it was true, it was trusting. And I'm not a trustworthy person. You know that. Mm. So it was just beautiful that everything that you felt. Because even in the first date, you were like, I'm not like these other guys. And a lot of that is always all talk from a lot of other guys. But when you said it, it was just like, I'm not going to do you wrong. I'm going to make sure that, you're always good with me. You're safe with me and everything. You were just pouring out all your heart and your feelings, and then you told me all your stories, and I was just like, wow, this guy is legit. Like, I don't know, I just believed you.
I mean, because honestly, I think you felt that way because I really wasn't lying. I feel like the truth really cuts through. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like people that have good judge of character, and you really know somebody's lying, and when you really know somebody's being honest,
that's BS.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was really being honest, so that truth was shining through. So you was able to notice that, saying, and
mm-hmm. And
I was glad to be a man of my word.
I don't know, it was just so genuine. You were a man, and you still are. You're just so genuine.
I try to be, man. That's how we need to be out here, man. Just to just be respectful, move with honor and integrity and all that. That's just that's how I came up, man. That's how my father raised me. Thank God, you know what I'm saying. I had a pops to instill that in me. Yeah. My mom's too, but yeah. So she was, she was able to see that, I was, authentic in everything that I was saying, and we had this level of trust. We moved forward. Went on a couple more dates. And I'm bugging. December 22nd, 2010, made it official. Then from then on out, we've been exclusive. Yeah. It took like 4 months.
1 month
3,
of
4
dates.
months. I mean, yeah, from when we actually went out, only took a month, but it was like...
It was only a very short time.
But it's all about what's going on within that month.
I think it was
if you just look at 30 days, it may seem short, but what's really going on in them 30 days? Like, you know what I'm saying? Quality over quantity. You feel me?
Okay,
like, what's going on within those...
honey.
What's going on within those days or within those months? Like, I don't know. There's people, people get married after a month. People get married after 3 months. Wild stuff they be doing. I'm like, hey, if that's you, that's you. But I ain't doing nothing like that. I'm really big on like building with somebody before we get to, before we jump to that level.
And I'm saying the building was very short. It was very short.
But here's the thing though. I mean, because look, all we did was become exclusive. Then we really started building after that.
Okay.
Like it took us a few months to get to know each other.
Okay.
It took us 1 month after dating to become exclusive.
Okay.
And then it took us years after that to build to get to where we are now. I think that's straight what we did. I think that was.
But in the moment, I did think we were moving fast. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe you didn't because you said that you saw the future.
Yeah, word. I'm just like, it's about time. Let's get it. Like,
it's about time.
I'm like, yo, I mean, since when I meet you, it was either July or August. From then on, I was like, yo, I'm waiting for us to get to that point where you just mine, and I can say you're just mine.
Yeah, you were very ready.
Yeah,
you were ready.
I don't know what made me ready at 20. I can't explain it. I don't know what made me so ready at that young age to really lock down and be with somebody.
Because at that age, a lot of guys are like, I got one, that
one,
this
one,
that one.
I remember being told, like, bro, like, I remember, I was dating somebody at 18. I remember this dude was looking at me like, I was at this cookout, and this dude was like, "Yo, bro, there's all these girls over here. You better make a move." And I was like, "Yo, man, I got a girl. I ain't moving like that." The dude was like, "Bro, you 18, bro. You too young for all that." You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you were never that guy.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Part of me kind of felt him, like, when it was over. You know what I'm saying? When that ended. But whatever, it is what it is. But I don't know. When I was 20, for some reason I guess, but you know, it's not just with girls. I mean, like, there's been, you know, other women before, but like, it was because it was you. It was something different about you, and I felt like,
wow,
if you give me that shot, and if I lock this down, this could be the start of something dope. This could be the start of something real special. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I was just right. So I just had that feeling. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went, and I just happened to meet you at 20. Mm-hmm. If I'd have met you at 18, I probably would have thought the same thing. Mm-hmm. If I'd have met you at 25, I'd have thought the same thing.
But we were around each other for a couple of years before we even met.
I mean, well, like, yeah, in the same circles. Like, if you want to go back to, like, Russo's Manor when you was doing the pageants. Yeah. Like, Russo's Manor was a banquet hall in Orange, New Jersey. Mm-hmm.
And one of the pageants that I was in was in the same restaurant that his family used
to go there
every Sunday.
We used to go to Russo's Manor every Sunday, eating food and all that stuff. That was just that was our spot. And I believe it was, I don't know if it was owned by Haitians, or I'm not sure how that went, but, you know, they definitely had Haitians in that kitchen. Like, and there was always Haitian people there. So we was there all the time, like every Sunday or whatever. And she used to be in there doing her pageants. I never caught none of them pageants. I mean, I was a little boy. I can care less about no pageant. But yeah, we was there all the time. So who knows? I probably seen you and stuff. This is like late 90s, early 2000s. Like,
we were around each other. And this is why I want to talk about that, because I feel as though that God placed us together around each other for some time and placed me in that studio just so that I guess we could find each other. Okay. In hindsight, like, then I felt like we were moving fast, and, you know, I didn't see the future, and I'm like, okay, I don't know about this, but let me try it out, because, you know, it's very foreign to me. I never really had a real relationship and stuff like that. I'm of age a little bit, so why not? Whatever. Let's test the waters, and whatever comes of it, comes of it. But in hindsight, I do believe that God brought me there just to find you. Whatever happened in the career didn't flourish as much as I wanted it to, and I still have time for that. But my love life and my marriage now is so blessed because he led me to you and he led you to me. And I just see that now, because it's kind of like we were always around each other. I knew your family before you even met me. Facts. Your family knew me before I met you.
Because I started bragging to my mom. I went to my mom's like, yo, I just met your future daughter-in-law. Yeah. Like, talking crazy. And mother like, yo, who is this? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was like, yo, I'm just letting you know. I'm just telling you right now. Like, yo, I met her, and you gonna love all that. She's like, all right, well, I gotta meet her if you talking big like that. The thing is, I mean, they didn't have to vouch for you, but everybody could. Like, my uncles could vouch for you, my cousins could vouch for you.
Because they knew me.
They knew you, and they knew you for family. They knew you for a number of years, and they knew the people you was around. Like, and it's even crazy, like, how when I think about, like, your family in Canada and then my family in Canada, they knew each other too.
Yeah, they knew each other.
It's kind of crazy how that worked out.
It's like such a deeper connection than just you and I. I knew a lot of your cousin's wife, and it was like I knew her family, and we were just always in sync.
It's that Haitian community, baby. You know, we stick together. You know what I'm saying?
That just says that I just feel as though that we were connected through God, and it was time for us to start that journey. Then, you know, and and God pretty much orchestrated it for it to go that way. And so, yeah, I feel like our marriage has been blessed ever since the beginning and dawn of time, even though I say it was short-lived, but I'm so glad it worked out, because I probably would have been like, dang it, I didn't want to be in that short, small relationship. But you live and you learn. But I'm so glad that it worked out, and that you're my wonderful, awesome husband.
Where are you?
You saw the future. I didn't really have the vision, but God put the vision right there, and you was like, I'm going to see it through.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, to all my brothers out there. Nah, for real, though. One of the best things you could do is give your all to a good black woman, and because when you give your all to a good black woman, you really have somebody that's gonna ride with you to the death. Like, I got somebody with me that'll truly, really ride for me. Like, everything gone tomorrow, she's still here. We just gonna build back and get back to where we at.
That's absolutely true.
Like, she not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when you truly give your all to that good woman, you really got somebody that you got a partner for life. Like, and like what she's gonna give back is gonna be 10 times greater.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned that over the years with in this relationship.
It gotta be the good one though.
Definitely gotta be a good one.
If that's not,
you can't.
That person is not for you.
If you pouring a whole bunch of water into a bottomless well, you know what I'm
Oof.
saying? Like, ain't nothing overflowing.
Honey, come on.
Ain't nothing overflowing, baby.
K-Proetic.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just a quick bar. Like, that's just quick. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think about?
What's up?
The one thing that could have kept us from being together?
What's that?
Your hair.
Oh, yeah. So check this out. So I got dreads, right? I'm sure y'all know that. Yo, when we first started dating, she was not with it at all.
I was not with the hair.
Yeah. So apparently, I look like a vagabond.
You want to talk about what a vagabond is?
A vagabond.
All you non-Haitians.
In the Haitian community.
Caribbeans have a saying.
Well, what's they saying?
I don't know. A lot of Caribbeans have a saying, if you don't look like you got home training, you something.
Yeah, if you look like dread lines give off this image, and not even just the Caribbeans. I mean, it's just the white America, certain people in black America. There's something about dreadlocks that just makes people standoffish. Like, everybody feels that way.
Or being a rapper. So dreadlocks, number 1. You being a rapper, number 2.
Well, see, that's the thing.
You being in jail, number 3.
Damn,
but it wasn't. You weren't.
No, yeah. But my point is, like, with those 3 things, like, those are 3 things. I'm not gonna say 3 things I can't change, but those are 3 things. I mean, one I can't change because it happened and that's the past. But my hair, I could change that, but I didn't want to. I mean, like, but when she didn't like it, I had thoughts of cutting it only because of people getting into my head about jobs and people and then when the whole arrest thing happened and then when she ain't like it, I'm thinking, damn, man, maybe this ain't for me. Maybe this ain't gonna bring out the good things in life. But
I was not gonna tell you to cut that hair. I was not gonna do that to you. No.
But my rebellion kicked in. I kind of have like this rebellious like nature in me because of my mother and my grandfather, God rest his soul, and like, so I was just like, nah, I'm gonna keep these and I'm gonna do everything I want to do in life because that's it. Yep. So
she gonna like
I got the woman. I got a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Still a rapper. Is what it is. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. Like, and my parents not gonna change nothing. And now she love my hair. Her parents still don't. But it's all good though.
They don't.
I mean, I don't even know if my pops still like it. I mean, my pop's probably cool with it now, but he wasn't really feeling it for years.
Your
grandmother
like
wasn't feeling it. I mean,
still don't like it.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Probably not.
She don't like it.
But like they just accepted it like fairly quickly though. It was like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they had their way, I definitely have a Caesar.
No hair. I love Caesars or nice kept hair and neat. And I didn't like dreads. I didn't like hair. I didn't like it. But
I had the small boys back there. I had
it didn't even
the shoulder length,
neck.
Man. And it touched my neck. It was down there. It was hitting the shoulder, and I was waiting for that. You know, when you start growing dreads, you waiting for that hang time, like. And I was finally there, and now I'm thinking, damn, man, I probably gotta cut this.
To cut this for a girl.
Like, I've been growing. What was that? At that time, I was like 2 years in.
I'm telling
like 2.5 years in.
Like, I don't like hair, and they love hair, and I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I don't like his hair, and they're like, girl, if you don't cut this out, I almost bust out on my husband because of his hair.
Shout out to the friends that they all held me down.
They held you down. Still hold you down till today.
Yeah, love them, man. Love them.
Still hold you down. So, yeah, I'm glad that I ended up not caring about the hair anymore.
By the
that
way,
almost really kept me from you.
Yeah, that's crazy. But by the way, you know how special you got to be to make two Haitian parents not care about dreads no more, accept your career, your rising career as a rapper,
and still let you marry their daughter.
Hey, there's something about me, man.
There got to be something.
There's something about me, man. Something's there.
Yes,
something's there.
Got to be.
You want to know what that something is?
What?
I ain't telling you.
Oh, that's the secret juice.
Nah, man, because all of that don't matter, man. It's all about just who you are. Like, my main thing was like, yo, I mean, I'd like to see myself as a good person.
You are.
If you get to know me, man, I'm pretty solid, man. And all of that extra stuff is it's just not gonna matter. I know how to move effectively in this world. You know what I'm saying? I know how to treat people. I know how to act. You know what I'm saying?
You taught me many things. I taught you many things.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed to be raised right. So none of that extra stuff is gonna matter.
Your mom and daddy did good.
Yeah, shout out to them. Love them, man. Some of the best people I ever know. But yeah, man. But that's basically like the whole story in a nutshell. I don't think we leaving out nothing.
No.
I think that was it.
I think we kind of did everything, said everything.
Yeah,
mostly the beginning.
Yeah, the whole beginning, the whole music journey, and then the journey with us and everything. I think that's
December 22nd.
December 22nd. In fact, yeah. That's
when we made it official.
That's the date. I'm saying we about to be hitting 9 years this year, man. We getting closer to that decade. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. We about to hit that. We're about to hit that dime.
We talk about this all the time. It never gets old for us. And now it's new to you guys. Anything else?
Nah, man. I know you got a verse for us. What's the verse of the week?
Yes,
what you
let's
got?
talk about it. So we're going to do a segment called Verse of the Week. And this week's verse is going to be coming from Genesis 2, verse 18.
What that thing say?
And it says, "And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him."
So basically,
Talk about it, Pastor.
So all the homies that's saying like, yo, this relationship thing ain't for me, marriage ain't for me, all of that. And to be honest with you, I understand, like, some people who've been through a lot, they really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, yo, I'm telling you, I don't know if we were necessarily meant to be alone. Now, there's certain people that live fine, being alone and all that. But as humans, we really do seek companionship. If it's not from just our partner, it could be with friends, it could be with family. Like, we need somebody else next to us. You feel me? As a man, as a woman, that's supposed to be, a wife or a husband, man. Like, and that's how God wants it for us. And you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's kind of what we want too. I mean, the only reason the people that see it that way, like the people that say, F love and I want to be, by myself, all that stuff. That's all you speaking out of pain, really. If you didn't experience that, I mean, you'd be on the same wave as people who truly embrace love and embrace companionship and embrace relationships and embrace marriage and all that. And I think that in regards to somebody that doesn't think that way but has a hard time finding a companion, just live. I'm telling you, just live. Live and experience life. Go about life. Just live right. Just do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You just work. You fulfill your dreams. You just, be social. I'm telling you, that person will just come.
Yeah, we weren't looking for each other.
I wholeheartedly believe that, and I tell people all the time. It's crazy? I remember putting out, it was a post on Facebook, July 2010. Put up status that said, don't find love, let love find you. I met my wife like 3 weeks after that. Like, I never forgot that. Y'all call it a coincidence? Hey, I think it might be something different. You feel me?
It's prophetic,
you know
like
what I'm
you
saying?
say.
And I was really on that heavy, like, you know what I'm saying, around that time. Like, when I was like 19 and all that, I was like, yo, man, I'm not about to be out here just looking for love, man. I'm going to just live. I made my decision to just, live out here and then just experience life. It'll come. That's exactly what happened. Everybody has different stories and, different walks of life, but I do believe that there's somebody out there for everybody. So.
And that was the verse.
That was it.
Pretty much. And I also got that too, babe. It's basically God will create someone to be your companion. God will make it sure that you're not alone and there will be somebody there for you. And that's why he created Eve for Adam. And so he basically orchestrates, and he loves marriage. God loves marriage. So he orchestrates these two people to be together, to be companion, to court, and then to marry. So it's in the word, and we're applying the word to our lives. So to tie that all together, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Nah.
You good?
I'm straight.
I think that was a good first episode. What do you think?
I was solid.
It was the beginning.
Definitely solid. The inception.
The inception. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any comments, suggestions, we are here for it. We would love to hear about it. And then we'll just do the benediction.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's hold hands, husband. Dear Heavenly Father, bless Sebastien and Claushelle. Bless the listeners. May they be at peace, find joy, and always seek you first. Thank you for this opportunity once again to glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Church.
And we're signing off. Have an awesome, awesome week, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace, y'all.